Welcome to the Ultimate Simulation Showdown. We're kicking off the college football season like never before, powered by College Football 25. Get ready for a thrilling ride as your favorite teams clash on the virtual gridiron, as we predict every team's record and conference winners and all the way to the national championship game. Who will rise to the top and claim the championship? Will it be a powerhouse program or a Cinderella story? Tune in as we simulate the season and find out who will be the national champion. So let's get right into this College Football 25 video. So here we are, and what we are going to do is just simulate to the conference championship games for all conferences. And as soon as we get there, we will first look at every conference to see how College Football 25 predicts every team's record. Also, for every conference championship game, we will simulate with live games. The first conference that we are going to look at is the ACC. With the arrival of California, SMU, and Stanford for the 2024 season, now the conference has a total of 17 teams, and that's the first year with that many members. Now looking at these ACC standing predictions by College Football 25, wow, the game predicts Florida State will be the top team in the conference, followed by Clemson as the top two teams. Overall, the ACC looks like a really competitive conference from what College Football 25 simulated, and if you look at these standings, there's only 4 teams with a losing record. The game also predicted at the end of the regular season that there will be a total of 3 ranked teams. The game also predicts that 7 teams would go undefeated at home, but none would go undefeated on the road, which is quite interesting that the game would predict that. Now let's go to the American Conference. In real life prior to the 2024 season, the conference saw the departure of one team and the arrival of another, and that team was SMU, and the new arrival is Army, after playing as an independent school since 2005. The conference will have a total of 14 members for this new season. Now looking at these conference standings, with Memphis finishing as the top team, followed by Tulane as the top 2 teams. Apparently the game has only one team finishing the regular season as a top 25 team in the conference, and that's Memphis. Of the 14 teams in the conference, the game thinks that 9 of those teams will have a winning record or better, and if you look at the game, it has 3 total teams going undefeated at home. Look at North Texas, they went undefeated at home, but went winless on the road. Apparently the worst team in the conference is going to be Charlotte. And Navy is apparently going to have the worst scoring offense so far in this simulation, but somehow they win 4 games. To me, I think that this conference standings could be pretty accurate in real-life college football. Now for the Big 12, the conference saw the departure of Oklahoma and Texas, and the return of Colorado after a 13-season absence. Also saw the additions of Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah. This season will be the first year with 16 members in the conference. Right off the block, this simulation of the Big 12 conference looks really good and very realistic, with Utah finishing as the top team ranked 11th, and Kansas State as the second best team in the conference ranked 16th. It even has Arizona as the 7th ranked team in the nation, but it has them finishing in 3rd in the Big 12. Actually, the top 5 teams in this conference in real life are Utah, Kansas State, Arizona, Oklahoma State, and Kansas. And this simulation does have those teams as the top 5 in the conference. So apparently Arizona starts the season out 2-2 and finishes the season with a 8-game winning streak. So that's maybe why they're ranked higher than any other team in the Big 12. Overall, this simulation has 4 ranked teams, and all of those teams finished undefeated at home. Apparently Colorado doesn't improve on their record for the new season, finishing with the exact same record, and the game also predicts their defense won't be much better at all. So that's what College Football 25 thinks is going to happen in the new season in the Big 12. Now, in the Big 10, the conference added the additions of UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon, and now the conference has a total of 18 members for the first time in its history. So College Football 25 predicts the top 5 teams in the conference are going to be Ohio State as number 1, Oregon as number 2, USC as number 3, Penn State as number 4, and Washington as number 5. So the game predicts Michigan, after winning the national championship last season, isn't going to be in the top 5 or ranked at the end of the regular season, which is mind-blowing. Also, if you think about this, the rematch of the national championship game between Michigan and Washington is a home game for Washington, and if you look at Washington's home record, apparently Washington wins that rematch. My opinion with Washington this season is that my ceiling for them is going to be 9-3, and the floor for them will be 5-7 on the new campaign. Apparently the game also has the matchup between Ohio State and Oregon, going Ohio State's way at Oregon, which actually could happen in real life. So the game predicts that 5 total teams will finish the season as a ranked team, with the highest ranked team being Ohio State, then Oregon, USC, Penn State, and Washington. The worst team in the Big Ten this year in this simulation is going to be UCLA and Purdue. In my opinion, I think that this simulation of the Big Ten this year could be pretty accurate. Now for Conference USA, for the 2024 season, the conference added the addition of Kennesaw State, and now the conference has a total of 10 members. So this simulation predicts that Western Kentucky will finish in first with an undefeated conference record, and then Liberty in second with a 7-1 conference record. Apparently, when the regular season comes to a close, there will be a total of 2 ranked teams in the conference predicted by College Football 25, with Western Kentucky being the highest ranked team and Liberty being the last ranked team in Conference USA. The game also predicts that there won't be any undefeated teams at home or on the road. Of the 10 teams in the conference, the game simulated that only 4 teams will have a winning record in the season. I think that this is pretty accurate, and what do you guys think about Conference USA predictions? Now for the independent teams. At the moment, there are only 3 teams left as independent, after Army left to join the American Conference. Of the 3 remaining teams left, the game has only 1 team ranked in the top 25, and that's Notre Dame at 15th. College Football 25 simulated that 2 of the 3 teams will have a winning record, with Notre Dame being the best team, and UConn would have their first winning season since 2010. Also, this simulation predicts that UMass will have another losing season again, which they haven't had a winning season since they were a part of the FCS football division. Overall, this should be a pretty accurate prediction for the independent teams this year. Now for the Mid-American Conference. For this simulation, the game predicts that Miami University will be the top dog going undefeated in conference play, followed by Toledo in second with a 6-2 conference play record. At the end of the regular season, the game has only 1 team being ranked in the top 25, that being Miami University. Of the 12 teams in the conference, the simulation believes that 7 of the teams will have a winning record or better, and if you look, 3 of the teams are picked to go undefeated at home. Also, that's pretty crazy that College Football 25 thinks that 5 teams are going to go winless on the road, with 1 of those teams going undefeated at home, with that being Northern Illinois. Kent State and Ball State are picked to be the worst 2 teams in the conference this year. Overall, I absolutely think that these predictions by College Football 25 simulation could be pretty real for the upcoming season, and this could actually happen for this conference. Now for the Mountain West Conference, this season the conference signed a scheduling agreement with both Oregon State and Washington State, the only 2 remaining members of the Pac-12 conference. So the College Football 25 simulation predicts that Boise State will be the top team to finish the season in the Mountain West Conference and will be followed by Fresno State in second, with both teams having the same conference record. Apparently the simulation predicts that none of the teams will be ranked at the end of the season, and the best overall teams in the conference are Boise State, Fresno State, and Air Force. Also, Boise State and Fresno State will be the only 2 teams to go undefeated at home. So far in this simulation, there has only been 1 team to go unbeaten on the road, and that's Ohio State. So far this conference is going to have the first winless team in this simulation, with that being Nevada. I do believe that Boise State and Fresno State will be 2 of the best teams in the conference. And also, in my opinion, I think that UNLV, Air Force, Colorado State will also be contenders to maybe make a conference championship game appearance this year, but who knows what is going to happen this season. Now for the Pac-12 conference, the Pac-12 was decimated by conference realignment, where they lost UCLA, USC, Oregon, and Washington to the Big Ten, and then Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado to the Big 12, and they also lost Cal and Stanford to the ACC. Currently, there will only be 2 teams left in the conference, and those teams are Oregon State and Washington State. Either team is predicted to finish the season as a ranked team, but the game is saying that both teams will have a winning record. These predictions by College Football 25 to me are pretty accurate for both teams in the new season. Now, in the SEC, the conference will have two new additions with Texas and Oklahoma, and this will be the first season with 16 teams. Starting it off, saying that this simulation of the SEC is pretty realistic overall, with the top teams being Georgia, followed by Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas, Texas A&M, LSU, and Tennessee. All of those teams that I just said are ranked in the top 15, with Georgia being the top team in the nation. And they would be the second team to go undefeated in this college football prediction. This would also be the most ranked teams in a conference so far in this simulation. Also, the game predicts that of the 16 total teams, 14 of which will have a winning record. And the only teams not to have a winning record are Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. Also, every team except for Vanderbilt is predicted to have a winning record at home. But in my opinion, I do think that Texas should be the second best team in the conference, not Alabama. Now for the final conference, the Sun Belt. For this conference, the simulation predicts that Appalachian State will be the best overall team, followed by both James Madison and Texas State. At the end of the regular season, the game believes that there will be one team ranked in the top 25, with that team being Appalachian State. Apparently, College Football 25 thinks that of the 14 total teams in the conference, there will be 9 teams with a winning record, and the worst team in the conference is going to be UL Monroe. College Football 25 feels that 4 teams will go undefeated at home, and also 4 teams are predicted not to win a single game on the road this season. I believe that this conference is going to be really competitive, and this simulation of this conference actually could happen this year. Overall, I thought these simulations of each conference was actually pretty accurate in my opinion, and I do see a lot of these predictions happening this season. So now let's jump to the conference championship games. Now let's go to the first conference championship game. The conference championship game of the ACC. We have the 17th ranked Clemson Tigers versus the 6th ranked Florida State Seminoles. So whoever wins this game will have a spot in the college football playoff. So that's what's on the line for both teams in this game. In a close game for the ACC championship, Florida State is on a drive to close out this game with the 2-minute warning. It's third down with a 3-point lead for Florida State. They run for 6 yards and a first down Florida State under 2 minutes remaining. And Clemson cannot allow either a touchdown or field goal. Florida State runs it up the middle for 12 yards, another run for 3 yards, and the last timeout for Clemson. Florida State runs the ball for 2 yards, third down and 5 to go. Biggest play of the game for the defense. Here goes the play he throws to number 6, touchdown Florida State, now winning by 2 scores, which should give them the win. Now for the final play of the game, Clemson throws the ball to number 1, but falls short of the chains, and that is it. The Florida State Seminoles are the ACC champions, with a final score of 31-21. Now Florida State has clinched a college football playoff berth, and we will see what seed they will get in the bracket. The American Conference Championship game. We have the Tulane Green Wave versus the 20th ranked Memphis Tigers. Entering this game, Memphis is looking to potentially punch their ticket to the college football playoff, while Tulane is looking to be spoilers for Memphis and knock them out of playoff contention. Tulane's up 38-35 with less than a minute left on the clock. Memphis has the ball. The play is a pass up the middle of the field, and he is tackled at the 10-yard line. Now with a chance to possibly win the game, the play is a pass, and it's a catch to the 4-yard line. Now it's second and goal. The QB drops back, and it's a pass for a touchdown. Now Memphis leads 42-38. Tulane is marching down the field, and they need a touchdown to win it. The ball is on the 47-yard line. The play is a pass to a wide-open receiver downfield to the 30-yard line. They call a timeout with 16 seconds remaining. Now for the play, the QB drops back, and he throws deep to the left side of the end zone for a touchdown. Memphis has 8 seconds left in the game. The QB drops back for a pass deep downfield that is dropped by the wide receiver, which hurts a lot. This is it, the final play of the game. The QB drops back to throw a deep pass downfield. The pass is dropped and is incomplete. Tulane wins the game by a score of 45-42, and that completes the upset over Memphis, and they are the conference champions. That will for sure end the playoff hopes for Memphis. The Big 12 Conference Championship game. We have the 16th ranked Kansas State Wildcats versus the 11th ranked Utah Utes. For this game, both teams will be battling for a spot in the college football playoff, and only one of these teams will be making it there, while the losing team will most likely be out of the scenario. Utah has the ball at the 21-yard line of Kansas State, and they are down 31-23 with just over a minute left. On the play, Utah is sacked for a loss of 7. On the next play, the QB drops back and throws the pass out of bounds. Third down, the play is a pass for 13 yards. It's now fourth down and the QB drops back to pass to the end zone, and it's incomplete. That is it. Kansas State just needs to kneel it to win it. And now Kansas State is the Big 12 Conference champions with a final score of 31-23. Kansas State will advance to the college football playoff as one of the top 4 seeds, and unfortunately Utah will most likely not be in the playoff bracket and their playoff hopes are officially over. Now for the Big 10 Conference championship game. We have the 3rd-ranked Oregon Ducks versus the 2nd-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Entering this game, both teams have a really great shot on making the college football playoff if they win or lose the Big 10 championship game. With 2 minutes plus left in the game, Oregon is down by 1 score, and it's 4th down with the championship game on the line. The QB drops back, and the pass is to a wide-open receiver, and he's going all the way for an Oregon touchdown. Now they just need the 2-point conversion to tie. The play is a run that goes nowhere, and they do not tie the game. Now it's 3rd down and 1 for Ohio State to potentially close out the game. On the play, Ohio State is stopped on the run, and now it's 4th down. Now it's 1st down Oregon, and they just need a field goal to win it. On the play, the QB drops back and throws a deep pass that is incomplete. Now it's 2nd down, and the play is a pass that is incomplete. 3rd down for Oregon, the QB drops back and is hit by the defense, and there is a fumble, and Ohio State lands on it to recover the ball. Now the only thing left to do is for Ohio State is to take a knee to run out the clock. That is it. Ohio State wins the Big 10 championship with a final score of 24-22. With that win, Ohio State is set to play in the college football playoff, and Oregon played well enough to potentially get a spot in the playoff also. The Conference USA Championship game. We have the 25th ranked Liberty Flames versus the 22nd ranked Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. In this game, both teams have a shot of making the college football playoff, but only the winner of this conference championship game will get that chance for a spot. It's 4th down for Western Kentucky, and they are losing by 7. The QB drops back to throw to the 10-yard line for a catch, and the receiver scores a game-tying touchdown. Now it's Liberty's ball. 1st down, the play is a pass that is incomplete. 2nd down, the play is an option look as the QB decides to run the ball for 9 yards. Now it's 3rd down, and Liberty decides to run it on the outside and is tackled short of a 1st down. Now it's 4th down and inches, and Liberty's going to punt the ball back to Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky now has 30 seconds to go down the field to potentially kick the game-winning field goal. The first play of this drive is going to be a pass that is batted up in the air, and the ball is dropped by the defense and wasn't intercepted. 2nd down, the QB drops back and throws to the wide-open receiver. And there he goes. And he was tackled at the 2-yard line. Now it comes down to a game-winning field goal attempt, and the field goal is good. Western Kentucky is the Conference USA champions with a final score of 34-31. With that win, they will still have a chance to be in the college football playoff. But Liberty's chances to make the playoff are officially over after that devastating loss. The Mid-American Conference Championship game. We have the Toledo Rockets versus the 21st ranked Miami University Redhawks. Realistically, either team should have that great of a chance to make the college football playoff in this simulation, but never say never. With 15 seconds left on the clock, the championship game will be going into overtime with a score of 31-31. Toledo has the ball first at the 2-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal. The QB tosses the ball for a jet sweep, and it's a touchdown. Now it's Miami University's turn to tie the game. 1st down, the play is a sack for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, the QB drops back and is running out of time in the pocket, and is hit and lets the ball go. On 3rd down, the play is a pass, and he throws the ball away before he gets hit with pressure. Now it's 4th down, and most likely the final play of the game. The quarterback drops back and is looking for an open man and throws it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So that's the game, and the Toledo Rockets are the Mid-American Conference champions with a final score of 38-31. That was a pretty intense game, but unfortunately Miami University won't be making the college football playoff bracket. The Mountain West Conference championship game. We have the Fresno State Bulldogs versus the Boise State Broncos. So far, this would be the only conference championship game that has not had at least one ranked team. Neither team has a great of a chance of making the college football playoff. With under 2 minutes left in the game, Boise State has the ball with needing only one first down to become champions of the conference. On the first play is a run for a loss of 1 yard. On second down, Boise State decides to run it to the side for 2 yards. Now it's third down and 9 yards to go. On the play, they decide to pass the ball, and the QB throws it to a wide open receiver in the middle for a gain of a first down with 15 yards. With that first down, that will end this conference championship game. That is officially it. The Boise State Broncos are the Mountain West Conference champions, with a final score of 24-21. With that win, they made their case to possibly make a spot in the college football playoff, but that will be up to the committee if they make it or not. The SEC championship game. We have the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide versus the number 1-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Entering this game, both teams have an absolutely fantastic chance to make the college football playoff with a win or a loss, but whoever wins this game will get a first-round bye. Georgia has the ball with under a minute left, and it's third down and 29 yards to go for a first down. On the play, they decide to play it safe for a run for 12 yards, and now it's fourth down for them. Now it's Alabama's turn to potentially win the game. First down at their 10-yard line, and the play is a run up the middle for a loss of 1 yard. This will be the final play of regulation before overtime, and the play is a run for 2 yards to send it to overtime. In overtime, Alabama gets the ball first. On the first play, the ball is handed off to the running back for 3 yards. Second down, the play is going to be a run up the middle for a first down. First down at the 8-yard line, and the play is a run that is stopped instantly for a loss of 2. On second down, the play is an option that is tossed to the running back for a gain of 3 yards. Now third down, the play is another run that is stopped instantly for a loss of 3. Now for a field goal attempt, and it's good. Georgia's turn to win the game. First play, the QB drops back to pass to number 4 for a catch of 16 yards and is a first down. Now first and goal. The play is a pass to number 4. He is going to score a touchdown to win the game in overtime for Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs are the SEC champions with a final score of 26-23. With that win, Georgia will most likely be the number 1 seed in the college football playoff bracket. The Sun Belt Conference Championship game. We have the Texas State Bobcats versus the 23rd ranked Appalachian State Mountaineers. This is going to be a great matchup with a playoff chance still in the balance for Appalachian State, and Texas State will be looking to become spoilers in this game. Texas State is down 2 scores and is desperate to score on this drive to give them a chance. It's fourth down and goal, and the play is a run and it's a touchdown. Now the score is 34-28. Now Appalachian State just needs a first down to win the game. The first play is a handoff to the running back, and he gains 2 yards. Second down, the play is a run up the middle for 2 yards. Now it's third down and 6 yards to go, and it's a handoff to the running back, and he loses 2 yards. Now it's fourth down and time to punt. For the final drive in the game, Texas State has a chance to win the conference championship with a touchdown. The first play is a pass that was overthrown. That could have been a touchdown if he catches that. Second down, the QB drops back, and he scrambles and throws the ball away. So third down, and the play is a pass for 3 yards. Now fourth down, and the QB drops back to pass and throws up the field, and it's incomplete. So Appalachian State will just kneel it down to end the game. And they are the Sun Belt Conference champions with a final score of 34-28. We will see if they get an invite by the committee to be in the college football playoff. Now let's simulate to the final college football playoff bracket. Now with the regular season and the conference championship games completed, The Heisman winner of the college football season predicted by College Football 25 is wide receiver Dillon Bell of Georgia, where he had 84 catches for 1,303 yards with 16 touchdowns. Geez, he was a beast. Before we check out the playoff bracket, let's look at the Heisman finalist as we saw with Dillon Bell as number 1. Right behind him is the QB of Memphis, Seth Hennigan. You got Carson Beck at Georgia, Caden Salter at Liberty, and Cade Klubnik at Clemson. That season was crazy. But let's check out that final college football playoff bracket. The top 4 teams will get a bye, and that will be Georgia, Ohio State, Florida State, and Kansas State. And there are the rest of the teams and matchups, and we're going to simulate here on College Football 25 to see who would win the national championship, going game by game with live scenarios. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in this playoff bracket. Comment down below your predictions as you see the bracket for the next college football playoff. I would love to see all of your predictions down below. Without further ado, the road to the national championship game in Atlanta, Georgia, the madness begins now. In the first game of the college football playoff, we have the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers as the 12th seed versus the Oregon Ducks as the 5th seed. Oregon has the ball and is up 2 scores at the moment and is looking to put this game to bed by scoring one more touchdown or field goal to end the hope for Western Kentucky. On the drive for Oregon, the QB drops back, throws to number 1, and he gets tackled at the 17-yard line with a new set of downs. The next play is a pass to the 1-yard line and is now first down and goal. Next play, the QB keeps the ball and runs for a game-ending touchdown. Now it's officially a blowout. Even though the game is basically over, Western Kentucky drives down the field to score a touchdown to make it look closer than it really is. The Oregon Ducks win the game with a final score of 38-24, and they move on to the quarterfinals to face Kansas State. In this game, we have the Texas Longhorns as the 9th seed versus the Alabama Crimson Tide as the 8th seed. So this game is a major blowout with Alabama winning 30-6 with barely a minute left in the game. Even though it's 100% over, Texas is trying to finish out the game and season strong. So on this drive, Texas has the ball in Alabama territory and it's first down for them. On the play, the QB drops back to pass and throws it to the left side. And it's intercepted by Alabama and he's going all the way until he's tackled at the 13-yard line of Texas. That's the game, with Alabama taking a knee to win the game. And the final score of the game is 30-6. Alabama will advance to the quarterfinals to play against their conference rivals, the number 1 seed Georgia. In this game, we have the Tennessee Volunteers as the 11th seed versus the 6th seed Penn State. In little over a minute left in the game, Penn State leads Tennessee 28-17, with Tennessee marching down the field to try and make it a 1-score game. First down at the 12-yard line. The quarterback drops back to pass and throws it for 5 yards and goes out of bounds. Second down, the QB drops back looking to throw and gets sacked for a loss of 6. Now third down and it's a pass to the end zone for a touchdown for Tennessee. Now for the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. The QB runs it up the middle and fumbles the ball and the 2-point conversion is no good. Now for the game, an onside kick by Tennessee, and the onside kick is recovered by Penn State, which will end this game. The final score of this game is 28-23, which was a close game at the end, and Penn State will move on to the quarterfinals to play against the number 3 seed Florida State. In this game, we have the USC Trojans as the 10th seed versus the Arizona Wildcats as the 7th seed. Another blowout is happening with Arizona winning by 3 scores against USC. At the moment, USC is trying to make it look closer than it really is. If they do score here, it's too late in the game for a comeback. USC has the ball at the 9-yard line of Arizona and is about to score. The play is going to be a pass up the middle to the end zone, and it is picked off by Arizona and he runs all the way to their 37-yard line, and that just about does it for this game. It's third down and 14 yards to move the chains for Arizona to get the win. On the play, Arizona hands it off to their running back, and he gains 13 yards to make it a manageable 4th down and 1. They will be going for it on 4th down, and the play falls short, and they don't get the first down. USC's ball, but the game is all over, with the final score being 38-21. Arizona will move on to the next round to face the second best seed Ohio State in the Rose Bowl game. This quarterfinals game will be at the Allstate Sugar Bowl, and we have the 5th seed Oregon Ducks versus the 4th seed Kansas State Wildcats. Wow, another blowout in this simulation with Oregon winning by a lot, with a score of 50-27. Currently, Oregon has the ball at the 17-yard line of Kansas State and is trying to ice the game by getting this first down, even though it's been over for quite a while. On the play, the Oregon Ducks hand it off for a run and is tackled at the 5-yard line after a 12-yard gain to officially ice this blowout. Apparently, they want more points by running it again, but for no gain. That's the game. Oregon wins another game by 2 scores or more in this simulation, and the final score of this game is 50-27. With that win for Oregon, they will advance to the semifinals, and they will either face Alabama or Georgia in that game, and that game could be a great one. This quarterfinals game will be at the Peach Bowl, and we have the 8th seed Alabama Crimson Tide versus the 1st seed the Georgia Bulldogs. This would be a rematch of the SEC championship game, which Georgia won that game in overtime. It's a 12-point game with Georgia winning 28-16 in the rematch, with Georgia currently having the ball, and they are marching down the field to potentially end the game. First down at the 22-yard line, and the play is a run for a loss of 1. Second down, the QB hands it off to the running back and gains none. Third down, the play is run for 2 yards, and now it's 4th down. Now for a field goal attempt, and it's good. Now it's a 15-point game. Alabama's turn and starts at the 14-yard line. And the first play is a pass for 26 yards upfield. Now for the next play is that the QB drops back and throws it down the field to the right side and is almost intercepted. Second down, the QB drops back, throws the pass, and it is this time intercepted by Georgia. That will be the nail in the coffin, and Georgia wins this game with a final score of 31-16. They will advance to the semifinals to face the 5th seed Oregon Ducks. This quarterfinals game will be at the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, and we have the 6th seed Penn State versus the 3rd seed Florida State. Penn State is leading this game 27-13, and with Florida State currently on a drive, their QB passes for a big touchdown to keep their season alive. Now they are going for a 2-point conversion attempt, and the attempt is good. Now it's Penn State's ball at the 14-yard line. On the first play, they run it to the left side for a gain of 18 yards. Next play is a pass to the left side of the field, and it's picked off by Florida State and returned to the 35-yard line. First play of that drive is a pass that is incomplete. On second down, the senior QB drops back and throws another pass that is caught and gains a first down. On the new set of downs, the first play is a run that goes nowhere. On second down is a run that gets 4 yards, and now it's third down. On the play, it's a toss to the wide receiver for a jet sweep, and he gains a first down. New set of downs, the first play is an incomplete pass. On second down, it's a pass but gets hit, throws it to the outside, and it's incomplete. On third down, the QB drops back and throws it to the end zone, and the receiver drops it. On fourth down, the play is a pass that is incomplete. Penn State just needs 1 first down to ice the game. On the first play is a loss of 4 yards. Second down is a run for no gain. Third down is a run that gets the first down. Next play is a run for 7 yards. Second down is a run for 3 yards. Now it's third down, and this play is a QB run for a loss of a yard. On fourth down, the play is a punt, and there is a flag on the play. And it's against Florida State for roughing the kicker, and that's an automatic first down, and that will end the game officially. Penn State will win by a final score of 27-21. They will advance to the semifinals against either Arizona or Ohio State. This quarterfinals game will be at the Rose Bowl, and we have the 7th seed Arizona Wildcats versus the 2nd seed Ohio State Buckeyes. This game is definitely a blowout, with Ohio State winning 41-14, and this game is already over. Arizona has the ball and is marching down the field to end their season on a high note. It's fourth down for Arizona at the 24-yard line. The play is a pass to the end zone and is incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs. Ohio State's ball with under 2 minutes remaining in the game. On the first play, they run it for 1 yard, and the next play is another run that goes for a first down to help put this game to bed. Now for the final play of the game, it's going to be a run down the middle to run out the clock. Ohio State wins the quarterfinal at the Rose Bowl with a final score of 41-14, which would be the fourth game in this simulation, which is considered to be a blowout. Now, Ohio State moves on to the semifinal against Penn State at the Orange Bowl. The first semifinals game is at the Cotton Bowl. We have the 5th seed Oregon Ducks versus the 1st seed Georgia Bulldogs. Oregon is currently leading Georgia 23-21, and Georgia has the ball in their territory. On the drive, Georgia QB drops back to throw a pass deep downfield to a wide open receiver, and he's going all the way for a touchdown to give Georgia the lead. Now it's 28-23. Oregon has the ball at their 16-yard line. First play for them is a sack for a loss of 6 yards. Next play is a pass that is dropped. Now it's 3rd down for Oregon. Next play is a pass that is caught for 8 yards. Now it's 4th down. Potentially the final play of the season for Oregon. The QB drops back to pass a really deep throw that goes all the way to the 29-yard line and is a jump ball that falls incomplete. Turnover on down, it's Georgia's ball. And fast forward to 4th down on that possession. And Georgia kicks a field goal to ice the game. Final play of the game is a pass that goes deep for a Hail Mary that falls incomplete, and that ends the season for the Oregon Ducks. The final score of the game is 31-23. Georgia will now advance to the national championship game, and they will play either Penn State or Ohio State for the championship. This semifinals game will be at the Orange Bowl, and we have the 6th seed Penn State versus the 2nd seed Ohio State. Penn State leads the game 24-17, and Ohio State is marching down the field to tie the game. On the play, the QB hands it off to the running back, and he jumps into the end zone for a touchdown. Now, after the game-tying touchdown, Penn State is now marching down the field to win the game. The play is going to be a run that is going all the way for a touchdown. Now it's 31-24. Now Ohio State has to march down the field to tie it once again. First play is a run by the QB and gets 8 yards. Second down is a pass that goes to the 32-yard line. And next play is a pass that is incomplete. Third down is a pass that is dropped by the receiver. Fourth down is a pass in the middle that is incomplete. That will end the game. Penn State will win with a final score of 31-24. They will advance to the national championship game against Georgia. The game we have all been waiting for, the national championship game, is here, and we have the underdog Penn State versus the juggernaut of a team in the Georgia Bulldogs. Let the national championship game begin. That's the end of the first half, with Penn State leading in the national championship 13-10. Now fast forwarding to the fourth quarter, Georgia has the ball at the 1-yard line and it's 2nd and goal. The play is a touchdown. Now Georgia leads 20-19. Fast forward deeper into the game, Georgia scores another touchdown to make it 27-19. Penn State's ball and it's 3rd down, and they really need a first down badly. The QB drops back to pass up the middle that is intercepted by the defense, and he is tackled at the 11-yard line. Georgia's ball, and trying to end this game with a touchdown. Fast forward to 3rd down for Georgia. The QB drops back and has a lot of time. Then he's sacked for a loss of 13. 4th down and a field goal attempt, and the field goal is good. Now the score is 30-19. Penn State's ball, and it's 4th down on this drive. The play is a pass that is caught for a first down and is tackled at the 21-yard line. Next play, the QB drops back to pass to the end zone for a touchdown. The game isn't over yet. Georgia's ball, they just need 1 yard to get this first down to potentially win this game. The play is a loss of 2. Fast forward to Penn State's drive to potentially win the game. Little over a minute left in the game. Penn State has the ball at Georgia's 36-yard line. The play is a pass that is incomplete. 2nd down, the pass is caught for 3 yards. 3rd down, the QB drops back to pass and throws it out of bounds. Now for all of the marbles and to win the national championship, 4th down, the QB drops back to pass and is sacked on the last play for Penn State and is now Georgia's ball. Georgia will just need to take a knee to win the game. That's it. It's official. The Georgia Bulldogs are the college football national champions with a final score of 30-25. That was a close national championship game, and I was happy that it wasn't a blowout. That is a great way to close out this simulation.
So that's what College Football 25 thinks is going to happen this season. What are your thoughts and reactions about this simulation? Let me know down in the comments section. If you guys want to see more of these types of videos in the future, let me know down in the comments section. So, if you're new, please consider subscribing and also hit that notification bell. And if you love sports, this is definitely the place for you. And also, share this video with more sports fans. For more college football videos and my official college football playoff predictions, please click up here. And thank you so much for watching. This is Sports Together, and I'll see you guys all next time. Just keep loving sports.